Some incredibly close calls, followed by the most unexpected and hilarious raid ending I've ever seen in today's episode. Welcome, fellow Clashers one and all. Thank you so much for stopping by Clash of Clans Attacks. I am your host, Galadon, and yes, we're covering some close calls and clutch cups in today's episode, starting with a replay of my own, and this from my current push towards 5,000 trophies. I've been seeing this base more and more often, but this, at the time, was the first time I had ever attacked it. Now that I'm looking back, probably not the best angle of attack coming from the top right. Maybe the bottom right would have been a little bit better. Sending in everybody now except for the queen and a few wizards. Got the rage spell down, jump spell, stinking lava hound coming out of that clan castle. You can see the golems already being pulled down towards the bottom of the base, away from the core. The P.E.K.K.A is separated from the golems. The queen, she's way off there by herself. She will eventually come around, and now we've got people headed towards the inside. Just the king, the queen, the P.E.K.K.A starting to go down quickly, and then they turn, they leave the enclosure. They're out after I don't know what they are. It turns out they're out after the defending king. Go figure that one for me. So the defending king goes down, and that is successfully pulled. All of my big units, and there go about 20 barbarians fly. I don't know how Springtrap did that many barbarians. It must have been more than one. An entire group of barbarians goes flying. My king is down. My queen is down. 34% damage. Things not going my way right now. And it's not looking good because I really only have what looks like one remaining golem to try to distract all of these defenses. I'm rushing, a little bit panicked here, trying to get units down to take out these structures. Yes, I go back and look, missed the Dark Barracks sitting by itself over there. We're at 46% damage, got just one archer left and a lightning spell. The golem goes down 49%, and yes, I could have dropped that last archer up there on the Dark Barracks, but that wouldn't be any fun. So instead of doing that, we went over, took the lightning spell, found ourselves a builder's hut, made sure that we were focused right on that builder's hut, and dropped the lightning spell right at the end of the raid, and that got us 50%. Now the sad part about this raid, yes, 15 trophies for just 1 star. It was a 46 trophy offer. Painful to walk away with just a star. So now we're going to take a look at Glider from Lost Phoenix going after another Supermax base with his 5 golem attack. 5 golems, just 1 P.E.K.K.A, a bunch of wizards. I believe he's got witches in the clan castle, and just 2 jump spells, 1 to get through that outer wall and 1 of course to try to get those units in towards the core. Now the golems working their way in. He hasn't dropped the king yet, so he will have the clan castle and the king once these other structures are cleared and the jump spells are still there, hopefully to get towards that town hall enclosure. Here comes the king, lightning spell on most of those clan castle troops. Here comes the offensive clan castle at the very back end of the raid, following in from behind. The king has moved ahead of the queen already. Units starting to spread out left and right rather than going in the center, so it's not looking great. 25% damage. All of the golems at the bottom of your screen, the heroes at the top of your screen. A bunch of very vulnerable wizards and witches are going to try to make their way towards that town hall enclosure, and that is going to end badly for them. And it ends badly for the king at the top of your screen. He is down 39% damage, starting to look like things are going to be close. The queen's royal cloak is activated. She goes to work on the town hall, but there's a lot of defenses on her. It looks like she has the advantage, but she is going down faster. We're going to freeze the frame. If you remember a recent raid that I showed a few episodes back where the queen just dies at the last second and her arrows disappear from the air and the town hall does not fall. Now the reason that that happened was because the queen was the last unit alive. In this raid, there are other units that are still out there, so even though the queen falls, her arrow still manages to take out the town hall, just barely grabbing that first star for Glider. It could not have been any closer at the race for the town hall. And now as we resume full speed, you'll notice that 50% is going to be incredibly close as well. Just a few archers remain for Glider, and you'll notice bottom left, you've got some structures that are exposed there. Glider very carefully dropping the archers, but look, you've got clan castle balloons on the way. Again, it is going to be a race. He drops his other archers at the bottom of the screen. Here comes the balloons closing in on those archers. 2 structures go down just barely in time before the balloons close in, and Glider grabs the 2nd star, walks away with a 2-star win and a monstrous 22 trophies. Now our next replay brought to you by Jay Thrift of the clan Lost Phoenix, defending against Simon Top from, yes, the clan 49%. And Simon bringing in the old Lava Hounds, balloons, and minions, working from the top left of your screen. Everybody moving in already. You can see the Lava Hounds are already down. Not a good sign, but well-placed rage spells accelerating almost all of the balloons. There's the lightning spell. You've got the minions, the lava pups, moving in towards the center at this point. At least one Inferno is down, so that is a good sign for the attacker. Now the balloons, just about history over that Tesla. Last balloon out of the way, and now you've got 2 Expos and an Inferno Tower remain. 41% damage. It looks like another structure or 2 might fall before the last of the minions go down. The elixir storage, not quite, but the gold storage is going to indeed fall. And Simon Top left with just a couple of troops and his heroes to try to get to that town hall, or 50%. There is a wall breaker getting through that outer layer of wall, so it looks like he will be going for the town hall. And now this is interesting. He's got a couple of archers, and he's going to use them as insurance just to get through that next layer of wall and try to make sure that his heroes target the town hall. Indeed, he's got all of the archers down now, working on that section of wall, weakening it, very patiently waiting. You can see that the first target will most likely be that clan castle. But Simon loses his patience, drops the king, and he goes off towards another section of wall. This is disaster. The king not headed towards the center. Most likely the king and queen will not be together for this final assault. Will it cost him? The archers are through the wall. The king, he's going to get through his wall. Iron Fist, big bomb, goodbye all little barbarians. Now he has got nobody to help him out with those skeletons. That stops his progress. Here comes the queen, and she is going to veer left and target the gold mine. That is unfortunate. The defending barbarian king comes out to greet her by hacking her in the face with his giant broadsword. This is not good for the queen. She's deployed her royal cloak, finally getting through the king. 49% damage, working on the elixir storage, and the queen goes down 49%. Just a few archers remain. Can they get through this wall? Will they have enough time to get off a few shots at that dark elixir storage to win this raid by clutching 50%? It is going to be awfully close, but I think you know the answer. 49%. Simon Top's clan name foreshadows his conclusion, and he is forced to return home to his clan with 28 fewer trophies. Okay, so here it comes, the moment you've been waiting for, the moment I've been waiting for, probably the funniest, most unexpected raid ending I've ever seen, and it comes to us from Johan85 defending for the clan Lost Phoenix. You can see a pretty standard Lava Hound balloon and minion attack starting from the bottom. I tell you, these Lava Hound attacks make for a lot of last-minute excitement as you see these players getting very close to the town hall, or 50%. And this attack is working out not so well as the last balloons go down at 23% damage. That freeze spell pretty much unused. Now this player still has a rage spell and a freeze spell remaining in addition to whatever is in the clan castle. So now he's obviously taking a lot of time considering what he can do to try to preserve at least 1 star here, thinking it's probably not a town hall that he's shooting for. Definitely just seeing what angle he can approach from with the remaining troops he has to grab 50% and walk away with at least 1 star. And you can see this goes on for a long time as he's very carefully considering this, or he's standing up and yelling to himself, I can't believe this happened, I'm not sure. But here comes the golem from the clan castle, top right. Wall breakers do indeed breach the outer wall. Rage spell really far to the outside, and no, the king is not going to use the rage spell at all. He wanders way off to the right. 33% damage. The queen well protected by the golem, so that is looking good for now. But that defending barbarian king is going to become an issue at some point. Where is he headed? Off towards the golemite, takes that out. The attacking barbarian king has used his iron fist, trying to get through that wall, see if he can get a couple of more structures down, and he is just barely going to get the wizard tower, the archer tower out of the way before the defending king finishes him off. The queen working on the expo, that freeze spell helping her out, saving her health a little bit longer. It is going to be close. There goes the royal cloak. She'll take out the defending king, and now she turns back towards the town hall. 47%. Got to get the Tesla out of the way after the gold storage. Gold storage for 48, the Tesla for 49, and now nothing is working on the queen. As we zoom out, the queen probably not going to get the town hall, but there is an archer at the top of your screen, and that's going to clinch 50%. The archer cannot be touched by a single defense, and as we freeze the frame, nothing to worry about here. In fact, the attacker doesn't even bother to drop the last 3 archers on that same defense, and maybe that's going to cost him because yes, the queen goes down, but not before she activates a skeleton trap, and they immediately go chase down that last archer, take her out. And yes, the attacker is stuck at 49%, but he's not done yet. 3 archers remain. I like this strategy. He drops an archer at the far right of the screen to distract the skeleton traps. Now quickly, he should have dropped these archers sooner because yes, here come the skeletons after the archers. Archers racing on the lab. Too many hit points. The skeletons are going to take the archers out, and stuck at 49% with probably the most painful loss I have ever witnessed. So that is going to wrap up this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed making it. Let me know if you've got some other incredibly epic replays like that out there. Be sure to send them to me, or maybe I could come visit your clan. Check out my other episodes. Like, comment, subscribe, favorite. Watch Peter winning the game again. Learn how to earn free gems in Clash of Clans. And I will see you guys again very soon with more, hopefully fuller, attacks. Galidon, your videos are very good. Was that okay, Galidon? Better, Peter. Better.